The betrayal trust is a fragile thing. It is the invisible thread that binds us to those closest to us, a thread so delicate, its strength lies entirely in belief. James and Mark had been inseparable since college. They shared dreams, ambitions, and secrets unbreakable in their loyalty, or so it seemed. For over a decade, James believed Mark was his most steadfast ally, his confidant in the chaotic world of startups and business ventures. Together, they'd weathered setbacks and celebrated dizzying successes. James thought he knew every corner of Mark's heart. But as time spun its endless cycle, cracks began to surface, subtle at first, almost imperceptible. This story begins not with a sudden explosion of betrayal, but with a slow, creeping unease. Because sometimes, the deepest wounds are inflicted not by strangers, but by those we call friends. James was about to discover that the man who sat beside him, smiling and raising a glass to their shared future, was hiding a secret that would shatter his world. "You've got that new idea, right? The one you mentioned last week?" "Yeah, the app that tracks personal finance. It's going to change everything. I believe in you, James. You're going to be huge." Words heavy with sincerity, but beneath them, shadows lurked. That innocent exchange marked the beginning of a revelation that James could never have prepared for, a revelation that would unravel years of friendship and trust. Doubt arrived quietly, a whisper in the back of James's mind. It came in the form of a chance discovery, a business proposal sent from a rival company, strikingly similar to James's own groundbreaking app idea. The sender? Someone James had never heard of. Curiosity piqued, James dug deeper. A late-night internet search revealed something chilling. The rival company was led by none other than Mark. His closest friend, the man who had toasted to their dreams, was not just a competitor. He was a thief in the shadows, stealing James's ideas and racing ahead with them. James's heart hammered against his ribs as he stared at the screen. The evidence was irrefutable. Mark had been siphoning his concepts, quietly building a parallel empire on the bones of James's brilliance. How long had this been going on? Years? Months? It felt like betrayal in slow motion, each revelation cutting deeper than the last. "Mark, why? Why would you do this to me?" There was no answer, only silence. James's mind reeled, trapped in a storm of disbelief, hurt, and anger. The friend who had promised loyalty had been deceiving him all along, a puppeteer pulling strings to sabotage James's dreams and steal his future. Confrontation was inevitable. James knew that to salvage anything left of his dignity, he had to face Mark. The weight of betrayal demanded a reckoning. "Why?" James's voice cracked, a mixture of disbelief and raw pain. "How long have you been doing this? How many times did you smile to my face while stabbing me in the back?" Mark's eyes flickered, a flicker of guilt, or perhaps calculation. "Business is ruthless, James. You should know that. I never wanted to hurt you. It was just survival." Survival? By stealing from your best friend? By sabotaging my relationships? You destroyed the trust we built. But Mark was unrepentant. He revealed a darker truth: he had manipulated James's other relationships, whispering lies and sowing discord among partners and loved ones. It wasn't just about business. It was about control. The room felt suffocating, the air thick with shattered dreams and broken promises. In that moment, James realized that his closest friend had spent years weaving an intricate web of lies, designed not only to steal but to isolate him completely. The betrayal did not end with a single confrontation. It echoed through every corner of James's life, a relentless storm tearing at his confidence and sense of self. Friends drifted away, business partners distanced themselves, wary of the cloud Mark had cast. James's world contracted until all that remained was the cold truth: his closest ally was his greatest enemy. The isolation was suffocating. Each phone call unanswered, every email ignored, felt like a fresh wound. But amidst the crumbling ruins, something fierce ignited within James. Pain turned to purpose. Betrayal became a catalyst, not for despair, but for reinvention. He refused to let Mark's treachery define him. The very wounds inflicted by deceit would fuel his comeback. You took everything from me, Mark. But I swear, this isn't the end. Not by a long shot. The path ahead was uncertain, but James was determined to reclaim his life and to expose the darkness lurking behind false smiles and empty promises. Time, they say, is the great healer. But for James, time was also the architect of redemption. He rebuilt his company from the ground up, fueled by lessons learned from betrayal and heartbreak. At a major industry conference, James unveiled a revolutionary new product, one forged from his original vision, refined and fortified by experience. The audience responded with thunderous applause, a testament to resilience born of pain. Behind the scenes, James had also compiled evidence of Mark's treachery, emails, contracts, and testimonies, all pointing to a pattern of deception. Legal battles loomed on the horizon, but for now, James chose to focus on reclaiming his narrative, one victory at a time. This is what happens when betrayal meets determination. You either break or you rise. The journey was far from over. But James had discovered something invaluable, the strength within to survive the darkest of storms and emerge stronger than before. Justice is a slow and measured thing. Months of legal wrangling culminated in a courtroom showdown, where truth and lies battled beneath the cold glare of the law. Witnesses testified, evidence was presented. Mark's carefully constructed facade crumbled under scrutiny. The judge's verdict was clear: Mark had violated not only legal boundaries but the sacred bonds of friendship and trust. As the gavel fell, James felt a measure of closure, not just for himself, but for the dreams that Mark had tried to destroy. The betrayal had been exposed, and with it, a warning to anyone who believes loyalty is a given. This court condemns the deliberate sabotage and theft committed by the defendant. Justice serves not only law but the principles that hold society together, trust and integrity. Mark's downfall was complete, a tragic reminder that betrayal, no matter how skillfully concealed, always finds its way into the light. Betrayal leaves scars, some visible, many hidden deep within the soul. James's story is a mirror held up to the complexity of human relationships, a testament to the fragile dance between trust and deceit. In the aftermath, James learned that true strength lies not in blind trust but in vigilance tempered by hope. He understood that betrayal, while devastating, can be a catalyst for profound growth if one has the courage to confront the darkness and keep moving forward. And yet, the greatest lesson was this: even those closest to us can harbor shadows, but it is our choice whether to let those shadows define us or to shine our own light brighter than ever before. I'll never forget the pain. But I won't let it break me. Trust wisely. Love fiercely. And always be ready to rise. In the end, the betrayal is not just a story about treachery. It's a story about resilience, redemption, and the unyielding power of the human spirit to overcome even when the ones we trust the most turn against us. Thank you for watching ScaredWorld. If this story moved you, please like and share. The night air was heavy with unspoken words, each one like a stone sinking deeper into James's chest. Despite the storm raging inside him, a part of James clung to the hope that Mark could explain, a desperate hope that beneath this betrayal lay a reason, a misunderstanding, anything but the cruel truth. James agreed to meet. They chose a neutral ground, a quiet park bench beneath the flickering street lamps, where the world felt paused, suspended between confrontation and confession. Mark arrived, his usual confident air replaced by something fragile, a man laid bare. James, I never wanted it to be like this. I thought I was protecting us both. Protecting them? James's mind screamed. How could the man he trusted most betray him so deeply, and cloak it in protection? You've been stealing my ideas, Mark. Building a business on my back, my dreams. How is that protection? It started as a partnership in my mind. I was scared we'd never make it, scared you'd get crushed. So, I took matters into my own hands. I thought I was saving you from failure. The confession hung between them, raw and painful. Fear had twisted Mark's loyalty into something unrecognizable. But could fear ever justify betrayal? James looked into Mark's eyes, searching for the friend he once knew. What stared back was a reflection of regret and a chasm too wide to cross. You didn't save me. You destroyed us. "James, you've been distant lately. What's going on?" Anna had been a constant in James's turbulent life, a beacon of calm and unwavering support. But even her patience was tested by the shadows cast by Mark's betrayal. "It's Mark. He's been stealing my ideas. Building a business right under my nose. How could he? You trusted him." The pain in Anna's voice mirrored James's own turmoil. "Trust shattered is a heavy burden to bear alone. I don't know what to do. I feel lost." "You're not alone. We'll get through this. But you need to fight back, James. Not just for yourself, but for everything you've built." Anna's words sparked a flicker of determination within James. This betrayal wasn't going to be the end, it was only the beginning of a new battle. The legal war was brutal, draining James emotionally and financially. Evidence had to be gathered, contracts scrutinized, and loyalties questioned. Every step felt like walking through fire. But the deeper James delved, the more disturbing the truth became. Mark wasn't acting alone. There were others, partners in deception, who had been feeding off James's brilliance, waiting for the right moment to strike. "Ms. Carter, James, your case is complex. Intellectual property theft, breach of fiduciary duty, it's high stakes. But we have a strong position if you can prove Mark's direct involvement." The path ahead was steep and uncertain. But Ms. Carter offered more than legal advice, she offered a glimmer of hope. "I need to know everything. If this is bigger than I thought, I need to be ready. Ms. Carter, there's something else you should know. Mark's company, it's funded by a powerhouse investor with interests that go beyond your app. This isn't just a personal betrayal, it's part of a larger game. James, I've seen this before. When you're onto something big, people will try to hijack it. Sometimes it's friends. Sometimes it's enemies hiding as friends." David's words cut deep but offered clarity. James realized he was not only fighting Mark but an entire network of greed and ambition. "I trusted Mark. How do I even begin to rebuild from this?" "You start by reclaiming your story. Your vision. And by surrounding yourself with those who believe in you, truly." The wounds of betrayal festered, but James refused to be defined by them. With Anna's unwavering support and David's guidance, he began to rebuild piece by piece, transforming pain into purpose. As he spoke, his voice steady and resolute, James reclaimed his narrative. He wasn't just a victim, he was a creator, a fighter, a man determined to rise. Behind the scenes, investigative journalists took interest, uncovering financial irregularities linked to Mark's backers. Pressure mounted, alliances shifted. The very forces that sought to bury James's dreams were now exposed under the harsh light of truth. After months of legal battles, the moment of reckoning arrived. In the cold glare of the boardroom, past grievances gave way to hard truths. "I thought I was doing what was best. I was wrong. I'm sorry." Sorry doesn't fix broken trust. But maybe it's a start. The settlement was bittersweet. Mark agreed to relinquish all claims to James's intellectual property and to step away from the business. The partnership dissolved, but the lessons remained. James walked away with scars, yes, but also with newfound strength. The betrayal had nearly destroyed him, but it also forged in him a sharper resolve and deeper wisdom. Trust, once broken, is not easily mended. But from its fragments, we can build something stronger if we allow ourselves to learn, to forgive, and to grow. James's journey was a painful reminder that not all who smile beside us are true allies. Yet, it also revealed the power of resilience, the importance of integrity, and the unyielding strength found in honest relationships. In the end, betrayal teaches us that while wounds may scar, they do not have to define us. We choose how to rise, how to rebuild, and how to trust again, not blindly, but wisely. Because in a world where trust is the most precious currency, it is up to us to protect it, cherish it, and never take it for granted. The betrayal is not just a tale of broken friendship, it is a testament to the enduring spirit of hope, courage, and the unbreakable human will to overcome. End of the betrayal.